The secret they don't want you to know. What happens when a country loses its most hardworking, dedicated, and skilled workers? Disaster. Across the world, governments and industries are realizing one painful truth: they cannot afford to lose Filipinos. From hospitals and hotels to engineering and IT sectors, Filipinos are the backbone of major economies. But now, more and more Filipinos are seeking better opportunities elsewhere, leaving these countries scrambling to stop the Filipino workforce crisis. Why are these nations so desperate to keep Filipinos from leaving? Stay with us because the answer might shock you. 1. The United States, a healthcare crisis without Filipinos. The U.S. healthcare system depends on Filipinos more than you think. With nearly 40% of the foreign-trained nurses in the U.S. being Filipino, hospitals would be in serious trouble if they left. During the pandemic, Filipino nurses were frontline heroes, making up a significant portion of the workforce. But here's the problem: many of them are now leaving. Some are retiring early due to burnout, while others are moving to Canada, Australia, or the UK, where they get better pay and benefits. The US is already facing a nursing shortage, and losing Filipinos would make it 10 times worse. That's why hospitals and even lawmakers are pushing for faster green card processing and better wages to keep Filipino nurses from leaving. Without Filipinos, American hospitals would struggle to function. So, they're doing everything they can to make sure Filipinos stay. 2. The United Arab Emirates, who will run their luxury industry. Dubai's 5-star hotels, world-class airlines, and luxury shopping malls have one thing in common: they are powered by Filipinos. The UAE has built its economy on hospitality, aviation, and retail, and Filipinos dominate these industries. From hotel managers to airline crew members, Filipinos are everywhere, providing top-notch service that keeps the UAE's reputation strong. But now, many Filipinos are leaving. Some are moving to Canada and Australia for better pay, permanent residency, and benefits that the UAE doesn't provide. Others are returning to the Philippines to start businesses or invest in properties. This is bad news for the UAE, which relies on Filipinos for their customer service excellence. Without them, the country risks a major decline in service quality, something they simply cannot afford. To prevent this, the UAE has introduced special work visas and salary increases for key industries, hoping to convince Filipinos to stay. 3. Japan, the aging population needs Filipinos. Japan has one of the oldest populations in the world, and it desperately needs caregivers, nurses, and skilled workers. Without Filipinos, Japan's elderly care system would collapse. That's why Japan has introduced special training programs and work visas just for Filipinos, making it easier for them to stay longer. They've even loosened their strict language requirements to attract more Filipino workers. The Japanese government knows that without Filipinos, there won't be enough caregivers for their growing senior population. That's why they're trying everything: higher salaries, better benefits, and faster visa processing, to keep Filipinos from leaving. 4. Canada. Filipinos are Canada's workforce backbone. Canada has one of the world's strongest Filipino communities, with over 1 million Filipinos living and working there. They dominate industries like healthcare, construction, transportation, and customer service. But here's the problem: Canada is losing its Filipino workers to other countries that offer even better benefits. The US, for example, is trying to poach Filipino nurses from Canada with promises of higher salaries. To stop this, Canada is expanding its immigration programs, offering permanent residency and even citizenship pathways to keep Filipinos in the country. Employers are also increasing wages and improving working conditions to make sure Filipinos don't leave. 5. Saudi Arabia. Filipinos keep the country running. Saudi Arabia has one of the largest Filipino populations in the Middle East, with over 800,000 Filipinos working in various sectors. From construction and domestic work to healthcare and engineering, Filipinos are crucial to Saudi's economy. But recently, many Filipinos have started leaving Saudi Arabia due to stricter labor laws, delayed salaries, and better opportunities elsewhere. Canada and Europe are now attracting skilled Filipino workers, while others are choosing to return home and start businesses. Saudi Arabia is feeling the pressure. To prevent a labor crisis, the government has raised salaries, improved living conditions, and introduced new labor policies to make sure Filipinos stay. 6. The United Kingdom, who will staff their hospitals. The UK's National Health Service, NHS, would collapse without Filipino nurses. Over the years, the UK has actively recruited Filipinos because of their skills, dedication, and English proficiency. But here's the shocking truth: many Filipino nurses are now leaving. Some are moving to Canada, while others are choosing the US because of better pay and working conditions. The UK government is racing to fix this crisis by offering Filipinos higher salaries, visa sponsorships, and career progression opportunities. Without Filipinos, the NHS will struggle to provide quality healthcare to millions of people. The world cannot survive without Filipinos. Filipinos aren't just workers, they are essential to the global economy. When they leave, industries collapse, hospitals struggle, and businesses suffer. That's why countries are now offering higher wages, better benefits, and even permanent residency options just to keep Filipinos from leaving. The question is, should Filipinos stay where they are, or should they move to better opportunities? Let us know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more eye-opening content.